Hi everyone, this is Deanne Hermes, and today I want to share with you a fun tool to help you personalize your online learning. And so this tool is called Bitmoji. Let me show you really quickly. So Bitmoji is a way for you to create kind of a cartoonish character of yourself. So here's a couple of examples of ways that you can use it. So you can see this is a little Bitmoji cartoon. If I scroll down, this is my homepage in Canvas. If I scroll down in here and here's a list of my subjects, then I can personalize my subjects with a personalized Bitmoji. Another way that you can use Bitmoji is you can copy and paste anything easily into any kind of a Google. So if you were looking on a Google slide, if you wanted to add it into a Google document, and it is literally as easy as having an extension, and you can click on your extension. And then I'm going to type in, so if I was looking for something like an A plus or something, so let me click on here. So if I wanted to say, oh, this isn't a good example. Good job. So I wanted to leave a little emoji for my students. So good job, and I wanted to pick this one. I like this one. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to copy that image. And then I'm going to paste it right here into my document. I can readjust the size very quickly. And then if I want to have, I have the options if I want to have my text go around it or however I want that to look. So it's really that simple. Let me now show you how you can start creating your own Bitmojis, because this is really fun. So I'm going to head over to bitmoji.com. And when you head out to bitmoji.com, it's going to give you a little bit of information. The biggest piece of information is how do you get started? So a little background first. Bitmoji it's used very widely with Snapchat. And so students are very familiar with seeing Bitmojis, and you can create them and change them all the time. You can change clothing styles every day, whatever you want to do. It's really fun. But it also is really engaging for students because it kind of puts you into their world just a little bit. We will not be using it as a feature with Snapchat, but I just wanted to share with you that that's how your students may be aware of Bitmoji. Another piece of information is that Bitmoji is not on the approved list, so students cannot use this within our environment, but you as a teacher can. So the easiest way to get started using Bitmoji is to use this on your phone first, and this is how you'll create your avatar. So I would suggest going out to, on your phone, going out to whichever app store that you use, whether it be an Apple app store or whether it be an Android app store. When you open these up, you're going to see here's what it looks like on the Android side. This is the app you're looking for. Here's what it looks like on the Apple side. Now, this little green icon, anywhere you see this is the Bitmoji icon. So it's good to familiarize yourself with what that looks like. You will go ahead and download the app onto your phone. Once you do, you will open up the app, and inside the app, the first thing it's going to ask you to do is to create your avatar. So notice in this first picture here, when you create your avatar, you're going to want it to resemble yourself. So go through all the different, they give you lots and lots of options. Go through the options and, like I say, try and make it as close to your appearance as you can. That will be the most meaningful for students in your class. Along the bottom, you will notice some toolbars, and this will give you options for all the different ways you can adjust the facial features to make them look more like you. So you'll see there's options for eyebrows, there's options for hair, there's options for different noses, there's option for glasses, etc. Once you finish creating the facial piece of the Bitmoji to look like you, then you'll have other options such as fashion options. And in the fashion options, you'll be able to choose different shoes, pant styles, dress styles, shirt styles, etc. So you can play around with that and you can create your perfect avatar. Why don't you head out and do that first? Because you're going to want that created before we move on to the next part. So I'm going to go ahead and pause, and I hope you will too. Again, go ahead and pick up your phone, and you want to add an app, a Bitmoji app, and then create your avatar and add some fashion to your Bitmoji once you've created that. See you back here in a couple minutes. I hope you had fun creating your Bitmoji. All right, so now that you have that created, now we're ready to jump into how to actually use it in a classroom environment and how you can use these images online. So the first thing let's do is we want to get the extension. This is the piece that you're going to find the most helpful. So if you head out, and I'm going to come over here, I should have done this during break. Sorry, I'm just going to log out really fast of my account so you can see what this looks like. If you head out to the Chrome Web Store, within the Chrome Web Store, you are looking for Bitmoji. And this will be an extension. So if you are clicking on here, make sure you're in the extensions. And you're looking for, like I say, you're going to look for the Bitmoji. Once you find the Bitmoji, then let's see, there it is. Once you find your Bitmoji, you're going to go ahead over here on the right-hand side. You're going to add it to Chrome. I already have. That's why it says rate it. And at the top of your extensions next to your address bar, you will now see that icon that I drew your attention to before with the green box with the smiley face in it. That's your Bitmoji icon. So once you have gone to the Chrome Web Store and you've added this to your extension, the next thing you want to do is click on that extension, and this is going to have you get started. So we'll go ahead and click on the get started. And like I said before, this is associated with Snapchat. We aren't using that, but it will bring that up for you. You will go ahead and put in your email address, and this is the one that you created in association with when you set up your app. So now you have logged in, and that's important. And this gives you several options. I want to show you a couple of these while you're on this page. You can create an email and have this be part of your email box. So if I open up my email, on the bottom of my email, I'm going to see the Bitmoji icon so that when I'm typing in an email, I can put that in there instead of here's your normal emoticon. Now you have your Bitmoji one in here. So right here where it says click on me, if you click on that, it will just connect that to your email account, and then you can have the option. So that makes working with your email really fun. I love using it with my email. Side note, I also on my phone, I have it connected to my text messages. And so if I want to send a text message with a Bitmoji, I can just quickly do that too. It's really fun. All right. And then the other piece is that we're going to use it as an extension. So let's head up to the extension now that we've logged in. And now if we click on it, it brings up all these Bitmoji icons. There are hundreds of these, and sometimes I just scroll through because I'm just like, well, there's so many things. Today happens to be May the 4th, so May the 4th be with you. So you can notice now we have all these lightsaber ones that have popped up, right? Use the Force. And so they use a lot of things that are current with what's happening in the day. If it's Monday, it's going to give you some things on Monday. Or at the top, you can search. So let's say I wanted to put in a math icon to use with my class. So if I type in math, it's going to pop up all these different options for me. And once I find one, if I find one I really like, we certainly probably want to stay away from the crying one. But the math one, oh, this is kind of a cool one. I'm going to right click on it, and it's going to give me several options. I can save my image. So if I'm using any kind of a desktop computer, whether it be Windows device or an Apple device, I can save this. So if I wanted to save this, I'm going to call it a math Bitmoji, just so that I, for my own references, I'm going to go ahead and save that. Oh, it already exists because I already had another one like that. So let's make it math one. And so now I have saved that on my desktop. The other options that I have here is I can copy that image. If I want to go ahead and copy it, now I'm able to go into any kind of document. So let's come back over here. This is the one that I showed you earlier. And I can just right click and paste it. And I can paste that right into my document. So it's just got that copy paste feature, which makes it really, really easy to use. So that would be your extension. And you can pretty much copy and paste this. It's amazing to me, all the places I found you can copy and paste these into. So a really great feature. Another thing you can do is if you want to just create a document and start saving images in a document, you can go back and quickly copy and paste from there if that's something that works for you. Several ways of organizing this, so it's up to you. All right, so now we know how to access it. You know you've gotten it, you've got the extension, you know how to access it. You can put it in your email if you want to put it in your email. Let's quickly head out to Canvas. So in Canvas, I had created within my home page, I added this icon, really, really easy. Let me edit. And once I edit this, I'm going to go ahead and make my window a little bit bigger. And let's say I wanted to put an icon in my banner homepage, or I want to change this every week. Let's just go ahead and grab this great one. So I'm going to copy the image. I'm going to come down and I'm going to paste it. And it automatically pastes that image right in there for me. And then I can go about doing the resizing and whatever else I want to do with it once I have it in my banner. So it makes it really, really simple to copy and paste things right into there. Isn't that awesome? So every week, if you wanted to change this, or even every day, you could change your Bitmoji so that you can personalize your page, which is going to be really fun for your students to be able to come in here. Now, the other piece that I really like is it gives you the option. They give you lots and lots of different subject matter. So these are kind of boring little icons. So if I wanted to change these, I'm going to come up here to this math one. And I want to change this image. So I'm going to go to my course images. And I have updated this. I probably should have deleted that other image first. Let's just pretend this is my math icon. So I can put this in here, and now I instantly have this icon and it's ready to be linked. So if I had a good math one, or if I wanted to add, instead of this science box, if I wanted to add in, let me go back up here, I wanted to add in the science one, I'm going to go to course images, and here's my science. And now I have my science one in here. And again, I can just resize by clicking on the little handles. I can make it whatever size I want. And now suddenly it takes these icons and makes them a lot more fun, I think, for my students, and to be able to come in here and to click. So like I say, when you come up here to your extension and you're looking, they have all sorts of, so if I wanted to look for history, I have options for history. If I wanted social studies, whatever it is that I'm working on, they give you lots of images. So you have a lot of different options there. Okay, now next thing I want to show you really quickly though, because you're probably wondering, how did you get these images into your course images? So I created a file. So over in my course files, in my class navigation, oh, I'm going to leave because I didn't save that. I want to head over to my files. And when I open up my files, it gives me lots of different files here. I created a new file called Bitmoji Images. And so when I open this, you'll notice here I have my reading one. I can upload, and then I could choose if I wanted to have this math one we just put in there. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to open it up, and now it adds that into this particular file. So now I have my math Bitmoji that is now part of this. And so now it's part of my file system within my class. So now if I head back home, and let's say I wanted to edit that math image, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to get rid of that one, and now I want to add a new one in here. Okay, so my cursor's in the right box. I'm going to go over to my images. I'm going to upload course images. And oh, it looks like my math one didn't transfer over. Oh, there it is. So now I have my math one, and I can resize that. And now it's just part of my course images, so that I can come out here and I can do this each time. It doesn't copy paste quite as well within the chart system here. So it's a good idea if you're going to be using several of these every week, that you go ahead, again, go up to File, And within files, you can click upload, and you can organize them if you want to. You can see here's all the different images that have been created within here. I just created a new folder, and that's how I put my Bitmoji images. And I can just open that. Once I've opened that, then I can upload. And again, wherever I saved those, I'm going to be able to pull those out. Now, if you're using a Chromebook, it's going to be a little more challenging because you don't really have a way to save those images. So you're going to have to kind of go back to the copy paste. But you could always create a page. And within your page, you could add those images into your page. The only difference is you're going to have to go in and copy paste instead of upload those images directly. So I know that took a little bit of extra time, but I wanted to kind of walk you through how you would add those images and have them ready to go in Canvas. Now, again, I'm in my presentation. I just want to show you how easy that this is. So now I'm in a slides presentation. I'm going to go up to my extension. I'm going to click on this. I'm just going to grab this gray icon. So I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to copy the image. I'm going to come out here to my slide, and I'm going to right click and paste it, and there's my image. So they're really, really easy to copy and paste. Again, if I wanted to put the images in, if this was a student page and I was grading a student page, I could put one of those really cool, great job or A+. There's a lot of feedback emoji cons that you could put in here too. So that is essentially how that you would go and you would create your own. You will create your own Bitmoji. From creating your own Bitmoji, you are going to add it to an extension, which makes it available pretty much anywhere. You can add it to your email, lots and lots of different things. So as we're finishing up this video, I want to put a challenge forth to you. If you find some really clever ways to use Bitmoji this week, if you would take a quick little video, right now I'm using Screencastify, that would be the preferred way. If you could take a 30-second or less Screencastify video and document how you're using Bitmoji in a really clever way with Canvas or with your online environment, and send that to me. I'd love to put together a quick little video for next week's newsletter of how people are using Bitmoji in their online classroom. Thanks so much, and you have a great rest of your week.